Hi, fourth graders. We are going to talk about place value today, so let's get started. This should be a good review for you guys. Okay, I've got my chart here, and it reminds us of our place values on the whole number side, okay? So we always start at our right, and we know we have our ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, when we get larger, then we're going to have a comma there. And we have our thousands, our 10,000s, and our 100,000s. Okay? And again, we've got another comma. So we have our millions, our 10 millions, and our 100 millions. Okay, so notice what happens in between each of these commas. I have a 1,000s, I have a 10,000s, and I have a 100,000s. And then I had the same thing here. So I'm following the pattern there, and hopefully that can help you remember. Ones, tens, hundreds, 100,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. Okay, and then we go the same pattern with the millions. Okay, now I've also got my decimal numbers. Okay, so behind the decimal, this is what I always tell my kids. It follows like over on the whole numbers, except we don't say once because once is silly. It doesn't make sense. So we start with tenths. This is our tenths. And this is our hundredths. Okay, and notice what do they add at the end with decimals? Okay, so we don't have ones. We don't have a ones over here, but we start with tenths and hundredths. Okay, so the next one then would be, you got it, thousandths. Okay, and if we're going this way, remember we've got ones, tens, hundreds, comma, there we go. So now we're at thousands. And remember, we've had a comma, so what goes in the middle of each of these commas? 10,000s, 100,000s. Good job. And we could keep going. I ran out of room on my board, but I would have a comma here. So then we'd have millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Okay, so I am going to write a number. I'm going to keep my place value here with my decimal for these two places, and I've got the rest of it over here. So I'm going to write my number kind of small. Okay, there's my number. If I were to read it, it would be 5,432,000. Okay? All right, so what number, fourth graders, is in the 10,000 place? The 10,000. Okay, so if I'm looking at my place values, I've got my ones, tens, hundreds. And we know this in between these commas is my thousands, so where's the tens? Tens is in the middle. The 3 is my 10,000s. Very good. All right, let's try another one. What number is in the tenths place? The tenths place. Oh, I heard that. I heard that at the end. So I know I'm looking behind my decimal. So I've narrowed it down to these two. Which one would be in the tenths? You got it, my 1. Very good. Okay, let's do one more, fourth graders. I'm going to ask 2 questions on this one. What number is in the thousands place? The thousands place. You got it. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 4. And what number is in the hundredths place? Hundredths place. Ooh, you heard it. I've got that s. So my 5 is in the hundredths place. Very good. All right. after a decimal. We don't have ones. We start with tenths, hundredths, and those all after the decimal have the s at the end. Okay? Ones, tens, hundreds. 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Okay? So remember, they have this pattern in between your commas. If you can remember that it goes thousands, millions, billions, trillions. Okay? You've got this. Okay, fourth graders. Great work today. We'll see you tomorrow.